Good morning, folks. Today I pulled out my lot of Revere Ware pots here. I've sold all my skillets, so all I have left are these 6 pots here, these sauce pots. 3 different size, 1 quart, 3 quart, and I think that's 2 quart. Or is it 2.5 quart? Well, we'll see in a moment. What I wanted to go over on this, because although they all look very similar at first glance, everybody that collects pots and pans knows the difference after some research and after owning them for so long. You just notice these little minor details. Now I would say like I would still be just a novice collector of Revere Ware. I use them and have collected them, 1, because I like their style, and 2, because I like their convenience, their practicality, the way they hold temperature, and how easy they are to clean. But let's go directly to some of the things that are immediately noticeable. And let's go right to the handles. So if you look at this handle right here, you'll notice a screw. An actual screw, not a rivet, but a screw, and then a rivet in the back. But let's see, does that have a screw on the opposite side? Yes, it does. So look at that. Now, was that screw accidentally put in backwards, or is that the original way? I don't know. This material right here is a very hard plastic rubber type of material. Is it Bakelite? It could be Bakelite. I'm not 100% sure. That would have to be confirmed. Is this material Bakelite? I don't know. It would have to be confirmed. Like I said, I'm a novice. However, I will tell you one thing. Another reason that I love these pots and pans is that these don't get hot. These never get hot. I never need to use pot holders. So I'm not like, oh man, where'd that pot holder go? Okay. So that's important. See the rivets here, but the screws are on the same side. So something tells me maybe that screw on that little 1 quart pot popped out and they put it back in, or maybe it got stripped in a certain direction and it would only hold in the opposite direction. Okay, so those are valid questions. This is basically going to be a video of a lot of observations and questions because, like I said, I'm a novice. I'm not an expert. Another thing that I really love about the design are these hanging loops, these rings, because I hang all my pots and pans. I don't like to have them in drawers because then it's a pain to pull them out and stuff like that. And plus, they're beautiful. The stainless and the copper is beautiful. Now, these have been stored. I haven't really used them a lot, and so they have water spots on them. Okay, now this one here, you'll notice, what's the difference? No screws and no rivets. So what's older, the screws and the rivets? I'm going to say this is a newer pot. I can just tell, you can see that how much shinier the plastic is. And so it's probably a different composition, okay? Another thing that I noticed today that was really, well, it popped out to me, primarily because I'm cooking black beans right now and they're kind of boiling over, and that's a whole different subject. I'll make another video on that. But if you look at this lid right here, this lip, this steam lip right here, the one that fits right down into the pot and sits there really nice. Then it's got like a nice little mushroom head type here. You'll notice that there's absolutely no indentation, no groove, no additional lip on that edge right here, okay? Now we'll go to this lid here that I just pulled off another pan, and you'll see there is a little groove that runs right about 1/8 of an inch or so above the bottom of the lip. You see that right there, that line? That's a groove. So what I'm imagining, or I think, is that steam, as it goes up from the pot, this is the pot down where the point of my thumb is out, steam rises, it gets into that groove, and then it can't continue past that. And that, folks, that little element, that little design feature right there makes this lid much different than the other lid, okay? So I found that I have this lid and this little 1-quart lid that match. They both have the groove. Whereas this one, this has got the groove in it too. So I have two lids that do not have the groove in them. So that means that those pots are different. Okay? Let's go to another feature. Let's go to the actual element that attaches the handle to the pot. You see how this one's got nice squarish design right there? And I'm talking about this feature right here. And then you look at this one here, and it's got rounded, oval ends, little wings. See, I call this a wing. Okay, those are oval. That one's oval. This one's square. And yet these two are the same size pot. Okay, those are two 1-quart pots, but one is more square, angular, and this one here is more oval. And this one's oval too, okay? And then look at the rivet on this one here. Look at the rivet between the black handle and where it attaches to the pot, okay? There's a rivet there. Same size pot, no rivet. Larger pot, 3-quart pot, rivet. See? Rivet. Sound like a frog here. No rivet. Okay? In fact, look at the distance between the black handle and the pot itself. You can see the difference. That one's almost twice as much metal with the rivet in there, and this one's half that space right there. When I'm talking about the space, I'm talking about this piece of metal right here. See the distance right there? See the distance right there? Totally different. Okay, let's look at the base. Now this is my 3-quart. Yes, this is my 3-quart. And this one just says Clinton, Illinois, USA 3-quart. And then the Revere Ware logo on it with the Minuteman on there, Paul Revere's head. And it looks like it says 1301. But my glasses are not too sharp right now, so. Okay, that's the 3-quart. Now this pot I'm holding in my hand right now, which is a 2-quart, is significantly heavier. It has a definite heaviness to it that I can feel as soon as I pick it up. So if you see this one here, the patent is under process. Or no, it's got a patent, but then what does it say right there? Made under process patent. And you see the logo's different. It now has a circle around it with copper-clad stainless steel. Okay, so that's this pot here. And this one are the same pan, same pot. But remember, square, oval, rivet, no rivet. And this one is heavier. I can tell just by picking it up. So which is the older one? Now let's look at this one here. Now this is the one that's lighter, and it doesn't have the circular and the patented and all that on there, okay? So for you who are experts out there and know your stuff, share your comments, your links, or whatever you want to share, because these are just questions. The reason I'm asking these questions is because folks out there have these questions, and instead of them having to go to so many sites and research, and possibly even missing a couple of small details, I'm trying to share those questions that I have all in one video. So another thing that's also interesting to look at is, let's look, and we might not even find anything that's interesting here, but let's take a look. Let's flip these pots over. Now, another reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to sell these pots, but I might keep one. And so I want to pick the absolute top of the line, highest quality, best pan. Now, I love the 3-quart size pan because that's a good soup pan. That extra quart gives me enough room to to make several days of soup, and that extra quart doesn't really take up more space than having a 2-quart pan. All right, so what I wanted to look at here was the lips, okay? If you look at the edge, the rollover here is different. This one's got a nice rounded lip, and this one here has more of a, it's hard to tell, but it does have a little bit more of an angular lip to it. Not a big detail. I mean, most people wouldn't be able to tell, but I can tell. All right, let's go to some other features. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I think I'm pretty much done with this video. I'm coordinating the pans that coordinate together, have the same features, the same pattern in the logo design, the same element design here, the screws. These two pans go together. This one over here, although it has the same lid as this other 1-quart pan, we're gonna put it there, okay, because, well, it needs its lid. This pan here, which is the one I probably use the most, we're gonna give them the plain lid here, because I think this is a newer lid. And so that'll fit on there perfectly. Either way, the lids fit perfectly on either pan. And what's really cool is that the 3-quart pan and the 2-quart pan have the same lid. Now, this lid here, actually, believe it or not, even the lid, I can tell that the lids are heavier. This lid with the little rim in it, or the little groove right there, you see this groove right here? Right on the edge of the pan. This lid honestly feels heavier than the one without the groove. See, that one doesn't have a groove on it. And this one here does not have a groove on it, which is interesting because that means I probably bought pans and matched lids with them. But now I know. Now I know that if I'm ever going to start collecting these again, which I doubt, because I have the necessary pans, I feel that the pans or the lids with the groove on them are a better design. You can challenge me on that, and perfectly fine. Everybody cooks differently, but I just feel like that little groove is just enough to keep the steam inside of the pan, roll it back inside of the pan so it doesn't escape. And some cooks may or may not notice that. Okay. Who is a Revere expert out there that can share more details, more comments about the design, about the features, and your personal experiences? Thanks, folks. Have a great day.